What's up guys, leftstickrightstick here, and we're finally doing another Dreams video. We're a bit late, but we're going to give you some more details of the beta and just to remind you of key dates. And man, what a forced reveal they had. I mean, who really could have seen that dot in the lava cookie? That was way too small that we had to zoom in. There's no way that could have been spotted normally like that. But I did like that they were using the lava cookie, you know, their own little meme. But yeah, on to the details of the beta. So the Dreams beta is sort of English only, and the full beta period was between the 19th of December all the way until the January the 21st. There's sort of a closed period and as well as an open period. The open sign up starts on January the 4th, guys, so you know, put that date in your calendar if you're really looking forward to it. You missed out on the closed beta. And then the codes start getting sent out on January the 8th. The whole period seems a little short for my liking, to be honest. 1 month doesn't seem too long, especially when you got to have creators, you know, get used to some of the controls and whatnot. But regardless, Christmas came early for some people for the creator beta. There were some prerequisites for the beta, just so you guys know. You have to be over 18, and initially it's just for certain areas. That's the EU, Australia, Middle East, Canada, Africa, and the USA. So everyone else that's in one of those countries, or rather your PSN ID is not in one of those countries, then you won't be able to join the beta. And then the way the chose their closed participants were those who were signed up to the newsletter before December the 7th, which is a little bit before, quite a bit before the actual announcement date. But it made sense, you know, it helps them control the amount of people that are in the beta as well, especially when they have just a small skeleton crew over the holidays to deal with all the bugs. You don't really want to overload that small volunteer team with too much work over the holidays if too many people join the beta. And you know, we've seen from the first few days that there were lots of issues here and there, with some issues with some people actually supposedly meeting all the requirements but not being given a code, people not being able to find their email, their code email, and people having like PSN IDs that didn't really match email that they signed up to the newsletter with. If you had any of those issues, definitely send an email to hello@mediamolecule.com to get things sorted out. I didn't realize I had the code for a couple of days. I was checking all my emails, but it was like it wasn't even in the promotions folder, which it was for some people. It was just completely in my spam folder, but all the newsletters were coming through to my normal email, and I thought I just had a different email to the PSN ID issue. So loads of issues all around. And to be fair, you're probably gonna have to expect the same in January for the open signups, guys. So even you get your sign up in, you sign up really quickly, still expect a lot of troubles in the first few days as more codes get sent out. And supposedly PSN IDs would have to be pre-approved by Sony as well. So it's not just you being on the newsletter would grant you a code, is that Sony actually have to approve your PSN ID to be a participant of the beta. And a few more basic details about the beta was sort of that you get access to the indreams.me website and a special feedbacks forum where everyone can chat in there. And you know, with the whole NDA, non-disclosure agreement that participants have to agree to, that's pretty much the only place you can really talk to other Dreams beta creators. But I'm sure it's been very active over the holiday season. And a few little tidbits that probably some of you might be interested in. PS Plus is not required to play in the beta, and it supposedly takes up about 4 gigabytes of space. Now, for those of you who may have been too lazy to read the FAQ, there's still lots of details about what's actually available in the beta and what to expect as a participant of a beta. And don't forget, guys, this whole beta is mostly about creation, and so to test out all the create mode issues. I know it sounds like there's been quite a lot of bugs to deal with, so you know, you gotta imagine the chaos of having a massive open beta with this type of game. So let's probably start off with what you should not expect in the beta. So there's no VR support, there's no local create co-op. You can play local multiplayer, and as they've always said, there's no online multiplayer. But what will be in the final build is co-op creating locally, but that's been disabled for the time being. There's no story mode, obviously. There's no trophies. There's limited imp quests and limited social features. There's not the full scale imp customization in the beta build, and apparently the final community challenge flow is not there or not complete, whatever that really means. And obviously there is no sharing of, you know, clips and whatnot from the actual beta due to the NDA. But you know, in their announcement stream they did show off quite a few things. Sort of like the home space, they showed it a bit more. It's quite vast, it's quite large, and seems that you can, you know, customize it quite a bit. And you can see that there's also a community jam section, which they said that there'll be weekly topics, things ranging from something specific like maybe Christmas theme, you know, Christmas theme scenery or whatever, and then or Christmas music, to more vague things like inspiration, and people can create to that, and then you can vote on that, and then there'll be sort of like a Hall of Fame, a showcase to show all the winners or the ones that got highly voted. But I'm really looking forward to the community jam, and we're probably looking to do a sort of takeoff team pick reviews of those showcase levels once the final build is out, so definitely stay tuned to those. And then they've also said they've actually removed a lot of their own assets that you've seen in their previous streams and everything. They've removed their assets with the aim of actually making sure everything creators have made during the beta can be ported over to the final build, whereas the stuff that they've made they might be tweaking after the beta, and that might ruin apparently people's remixes and creations, so they wanted to try to minimize that. They don't give any guarantees that everything that's made in the beta will carry forward to the final build, but they're going to try and make that happen, and that's their way of trying to ensure that. Things have been quite scaled down to what they have provided by MM. Seems like they only provide a couple of levels, a couple of their own levels, as well as just the Neon Dreamverse Dash assets, which they've challenged beta creators to come up with their own version of Dreamverse Dash or use those assets. They're really keen to see how creators will use those assets to create their own versions or remixes. One thing that, you know, for those of you who are worried about how to get to grips with Dreams, you could, in their stream, you could see that there was a bunch of tutorials. There were 4 starter tutorials, there were 2 logic tutorials, 2 animation tutorials, 3 art tutorials, 1 gameplay tutorial, 2 audio tutorials, and 1 move tutorials. There are more to come, and they all star Coney or in a triangular cone. Seems like a good base, and it's good that there's more tutorials to come, because otherwise it would seem like that's quite few in the grand scheme of things. But really looking forward to checking those out, and I'm sure they'll give you a good base on how to do creating in Dreams. So that's our full roundup of everything you really need to know about the beta for now. Don't forget guys, January 4th, mark that in your calendar if you're really keen on getting signed up to the open beta, because that's the date you need to remember. And hopefully I'm going to push out a few more Dreams videos in the meantime. Obviously I can't show you anything from the beta itself because of the NDA, but definitely stay tuned. We've got a lot planned for once the NDA is lifted or the final build comes out. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, click that bell button to be notified of new Dreams videos by leftstickrightstick, and if you enjoyed this video, click that like button below. I know we're a bit late, but we got you concise details of all the beta, everything you need to know right here. So hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you soon.